It's always so weird putting on the headphones and hearing yourself. Are you good? Is
Yeah.
the mic in a good spot?
It's perfect.
All right. Are we good? We're rolling?
Rolling.
Heck yeah. All right. I got to do the intro now. It's been a minute.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. I'll do the Fez clap snap. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Feature 52 podcast, the show where we bring on underground artists and sit down, have a chat, talk music. Today, we've got Planet Vertigo in the studio. Welcome, welcome. I am Zebra Force. This is Mike West for the first time on camera. Fez couldn't be here today, our usual host. So, we got a little fill-in. Say hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
We got Planet Vertigo in the studio today. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're great. Thank you guys so much for being on. You guys just did your live session. Sounded great.
Thank you.
We've got some interview questions for you. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna get real serious. It's an interrogation. It's not an interview.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Just pulls the lights in.
Yeah.
When was the last
All
time?
right. Bring in the
you saw-
lights. Get. We don't need to be on camera. It's just these guys. How long you guys been playing music? You guys are pretty young. Like, 16, 17?
Yeah.
What-
I'm 17.
17.
I'm 16.
I would have guessed the opposite.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
You'll be 17 soon.
I'll be 17 soon.
Yeah.
So you guys just getting into the scene, or?
It's been like 8 months?
It's been almost a year.
Yeah, I played my first show for June First Friday for the Culture, and then he joined me in July for the Desert Bloom kickoff show. And
Okay.
then, yeah, it just took off from there. So that was the first show.
That was pretty recent. Yeah. Like,
Relatively, yeah.
yeah. So were you playing music prior to setting up the band, or?
Originally it was just gonna be me. Cause I never thought that I would play shows. That just didn't seem like anything on the table. I was like, I'm anxious and that does not seem fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Culture did one of those things, like a contest where you tagged who you wanted to
Right.
see.
Yeah.
And I had 100 different people vote for me. I didn't have the most votes, but I had the most unique ones. And then I got the spot and I was like, well, shit. So I had 2 weeks to try to pull things together. Because before the album came out, I had 2 songs out. And he texted me. He was like, yo, that's so cool. I learned your stuff on the drums. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I
That's
was like,
cool.
if I ever play a show, you can play for me. And I was like, we're never going to get a show. And then,
You just took the initiative. You're like,
Yeah.
I like your stuff. I'm just gonna jam to it.
Yeah, I didn't know she made music until, I don't know, I started talking to you a few days and you're like, oh, yeah, I make music. I was like, okay, we'll send it over. I want to hear it. And so then,
it's just the shittiest mix you've ever heard in your life.
so I started learning, I learned both her songs. And then I was like, hey, yeah. And, then you were like, yeah, I want you to play drums for me if I ever get a show. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then
It actually took off.
midway through June, it was like, hey, Desert Bloom wants us to play at their kickoff. And I was like, oh, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love those guys. We're friends with Desert Bloom, and
So sad they're on hiatus. I love them so much.
I wish they weren't on
Yeah.
hiatus. I love them so much. But do you do all the mixing? You said you were recording
When
yourself.
I say
and
mixing, nothing is done. I just plug it into the interface, and then that was it. I just made it because I was bored. This came out April 2020, so no one had anything to do, and so I just bought one of those Scarlett 2i2s.
Yeah.
Just plugged into a MacBook, and I was like, this works. This suffices. 'cause-
Everyone's starting setup.
Yeah, and then now it's kind of embarrassing because I don't tell people I have my stuff on Spotify. I'm like, just look at my Instagram because I do not need them to hear that. But we have new stuff coming out that will actually be mixed.
Nice.
But,
But I've listened to your album. It doesn't sound bad. It's a good
it's
mix.
Good. Very good. I listened to it on the way here, and all the singles too that came out after Pulp Fiction, Tranquility, and I'm blanking on the last name.
Misery Loves Company.
Yes. Those are all really good. You can see a clear
The click.
step
Yeah.
in a new direction, like quality wise and writing wise, and it's good to see.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got a good grasp of your sound, being that you do all your own mixes and stuff. It sounds great.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be shy about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It sounds
That's
great. Especially you do there's a couple songs, I forgot which ones. There's 2 or 3 that you have a telephone filter on the vocals.
Yes,
And
the garage band telephone
yeah,
filter.
and it fits the vibe.
Yeah.
It makes it very
Mellow.
mellow, very warm. Yeah. So what's your writing process like? You kind of said that you just write everything, but now that you're a band, is it like more of a collaborative effort or?
I feel like what it's been since I've joined is she'll send me a clip of her playing a song like with vocals and guitar, and then whenever we get together to rehearse, like she'll have the song finished, and so I'll kind of just write the drums as we go, and then sometimes I'll have her send me like a demo version of it just with her, and then I'll go and I'll listen to it over and over until I find something that I think fits the song.
Right on. Are the drums on the tracks all live drums, or was that like E-drums?
I have an E-kit, but I played like the drums on him. But yeah,
Nice.
he has yet to be like actually featured in like anything. But yeah, I think for Moonroof, the first time we played it, we did not have like an actual drum thing set. We just played it and then just hoped that it went well.
No, that one's still kind of messy. I
We'll
still
get
don't really know what I want to do with it. So like, each show we do, I kind of just try
out.
different variations of the same idea and see what I like better.
Yeah, that's usually when you come up with your best ideas on the spot at a show,
And then
Yeah.
you don't remember them.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Yeah.
We're always filming when Fez and I do Elephant King. We always have our phone out. It's like, doesn't matter how bad the recording is. If we're jamming, there's a recording going, because you never know what's going to happen. Even by accident, like complete accident. Yeah. So what made you guys want to pursue music?
Definitely not money, because that's not a thing that
That's not happening.
I always like listened to like a ton of music growing up, but like I took like guitar lessons when I was like 7, and I was like, that's difficult. I don't like that. That's boring. Like I have to work to be good at something. Like I'm very much like an instant gratification type of thing. And then I played like the ukulele, like everyone does at some point in their life. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I just got back into guitar because I'm like, I want to make an album. Who the hell comes up with that idea? I was like, I want to make an album. And so then I just
a random idea.
Yeah, I had this like guitar I've had since I was like 7, and I just wrote stuff, and it's like the most basic chord progressions you can imagine. But I was like, if it works, it works. And then I guess like I never planned on it doing anything. I was just like, I had this idea. I used to write a lot of poetry, and so then I just started putting music behind it.
Yeah.
And I was like, people like it. That's cool. Like the first time I dropped 2 of my songs, I had like 1,000 streams on like SoundCloud overnight, and I was
That's
like,
pretty quick.
yeah, I was like, people. Okay, like I had like a pretty big friend group and stuff. So like they were like sharing it around like crazy, like it was the best thing they'd ever heard. And I listened back and I'm like, ooh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. Why'd you start?
I think I started like the whole wanting to do music thing. I started playing drums a few years ago. Let's say 2017, maybe. So like after I started playing drums, I was like, like I didn't really think anything else sounded fun to do as for a job. I don't want to look back when I'm like retired and stuff. Like, man, I've worked in retail my whole life, or I worked a 9 to 5. That was, I wish I had done something better. So that was kind of my idea, was I wanted to do something that I would look back on and be satisfied with.
Right.
So-
Totally. I get that. Yeah. I mean, we're in the same boat. We're not in it for the money, obviously.
It's good to have that mentality really early,
Yeah.
starting, like, that's what, like, how you want to live your life, like, because a lot of people will kind of fall into it and eventually start thinking that way, but when you go into something with that mentality, your perspective is already, like, ahead. Like, you're
totally.
You're on, like, another plane of existence.
You know where the train is headed.
Yeah.
So even if I don't become like a touring drummer or anything or whatever, like even just being a studio drummer would be cool. Like I just want to play music.
Yeah.
I don't care what form it is. If I can do that for a living, that would be preferable.
That's sick, man.
So
you started on guitar, but when did you pick up the piano? Because you got some piano songs too.
I always had like a piano, like this, like my parents bought one of those like electric grand pianos, where, like you just like push a button, like the keys play themselves.
Yeah,
And so like I never liked to play it because they're like super heavy. But big 21 Pilots phase, I was like, this sounds easy. So I'd watch those like YouTube tutorials where they put like the numbers on the keys, and I just like played that. But you can get pretty like basic chords. Like I'm not good with like different rhythms on both hands or anything. But I kind of just started doing it because I was trying to build strength in my fingers to play like more diverse guitar chords, like bar chords or just more stretched things. But on piano, you can play an F without like screwing up your fingers. I hate bar chords, as you can tell. So piano was just kind of like, I need to diversify, but keep it simple. So like I don't play anything complex. It's just like full piano chords. But I would definitely like to get better at that. Like when I look at what I play, it's like I'd like to be better at the piano just because it's so versatile. And like to be able to play that on stage, I played it a few times. Maybe once.
Once at Stutter's.
Yeah,
thing.
we played at Eclipse's birthday party. And I played it there. But other than that.
Eclipses?
Eclipse?
Oh, Eclipse. Yeah. I know those guys. Well, I don't know them, but I know of them.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a good band.
Yeah. Very popular.
So are you working on more piano stuff for new releases or?
No, it's just guitar.
No, like we got one song for piano for re-release, right?
Oh, yeah, we're redoing Runner Up, like actually being professionally recorded.
Oh,
so
okay.
the piano's redone on Citalopram, but I think that's the only song I played it on. Yeah.
And you guys record at 11th Street, right?
Yes, and the guy that was recording us left, so now it's all stuck in there. And so, like, I wanted to, like, have it out, like, by now. Like, I thought it'd be over with, but it is currently trapped, and none of, like, the files that we, like, preferred are saved, so we have to go back and listen to all of them. But hopefully soon we'll have the EP and the album out.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, everybody at 11th Street changed, like, ownership and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's why, like, that's what happened there, but I don't know if that was a couple months ago or like a year ago or whatever, but I know someone else is now in charge of, like, all the studio stuff. I found that out when Elephant King played with you at Permanent Smile. I was talking to the owner. His name escapes me, but
Rich. No, that's not Rich. Rich does the music.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the name too, but I know who he is.
Yeah,
he was there.
He's a really nice guy. That was a great show.
Yeah.
But I was talking to him, and he said that he took over, like, all the studio stuff somewhat recently.
Yeah.
So makes sense. So what's your favorite part about being in a band, like with each other or just in general?
I think the best thing about being in a duo, especially, is that there's less room for creative differences to, like, drive your work ethic apart as a band.
Totally.
Because it's pretty much like, hey, I have this idea. Do you want to use it? Yeah, no, okay, cool. And just kind of move on. It's not like a
fight.
Yeah, there's no third, fourth, fifth member really like, well, I think we should do this. And then it becomes like this whole, you guys are trying to figure out 4 different ideas and plans for songs. It's like, okay, you know what? It makes it a lot easier working with this London. And I feel like even from the first time we rehearsed, there was like a good musical chemistry.
Yeah. Like, we'd never met in real life until we went to, like, our first rehearsal thing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and so
awesome.
then it was just kind of like, hey, my name's London.
That's how Fez and I were, too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
We just met on Craigslist.
Craigslist? Really?
Yeah, we just got together at the rehearsal studio and it just went from there. Are you set on being a 2-piece then?
Oh, I don't think we'd expand. Maybe if we, like, play, like, bigger shows, I would have people play parts, but they wouldn't be, like, part of the band.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fill-ins.
I would not want to, like, expand, like, what was originally my thing. Because, like, I trust Noah with everything. But I don't think I'll ever get that with someone else. Because, like, the drum's, like, the backbone.
Yeah.
And I can play the bass, like, I can play whatever, but I can't do it all at once. So if I were to write the parts, I would have people play them on stage, but I wouldn't consider them, like, part of the band necessarily.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's a lot of hassle to get a whole band together to perform.
Yeah, and scheduling is always a nightmare. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially if you get some last minute gigs or whatever, you gotta. Yeah. So you guys are pretty young, but you've made a pretty big impact on the scene in less than a year. Do you have any advice for other people who are trying to get into this at sort of a younger age?
Just be nice to people. People, they get in their head and they get pretentious and they think that they run, like, everything, even if just, like, they get 1 or 2 shows. And people don't go to other shows and try to make connections, or you don't, like, reach out to people like, hey, I saw you the other night, like, you guys are killer, like, I'd love to play with you sometime. Like, I don't really know why we started getting shows. It just kind of, we played First Friday and then Desert Bloom asked us, and then there was, like, a period of time where we were playing, like, multiple shows a week.
Yeah, I definitely think that, well, one, if you're trying to get into the scene, just do it. Just do it. Even taking the first step to just, like, record, even if it's, like, a really bad iPhone recording of your song, just get it out there.
Just have a reference.
Just get it out there for people, like, can listen to, like, your ideas.
Yeah, totally.
But also networking is really important. If you don't go to shows and you're not hitting people up on Instagram or whatever, and, like, you're not talking to anyone, you're not going to get opportunities. You're not going to get shows.
It seems like it's a lot easier now than it was when I was getting into the scene, which I was like same age, like 16, 17, quite a few years ago, like 5-6 years ago. And it was like pulling teeth to get a show.
That's what it felt like when I first started.
Just to like find where, like who to talk to in the first place. And it took a really long time before I felt like I had a couple connections to where I was like, all right, I'm ready to play a show. Time to play a show. But when I first started, I was like, I'm ready to play a show. I'm still ready to play a show.
Yeah.
I'm still ready to play a show. And just nothing is coming up. But you guys are killing it. You're playing lots of gigs. You got a lot of music out. Over 1,000 listens. That's huge, like huge benchmarks on your recorded stuff. I mean, yeah. Have you run into any roadblocks being underage?
Oh God, yeah. We can't drive.
We can't drive.
That's a problem. We can't play at like the 18 plus or 21 plus shows.
Right.
Like
Bars
we can't
and
even
stuff.
be in like attendance. People don't take you as seriously.
Yeah.
They just kind of see you as like I'm not gonna act like we're like the best band ever. Like I'm very like immature when it comes to the guitar, and he's incredible. But people just kind of, and especially in Vegas, they find a band they really like, and they just run with it. Like right now, it's Napalm Star.
Yeah.
It used to be Eclipse. There were just bands that like they get every single show, and right now it's stuck in that thing where we're not one of them. It's kind of like a rut right now. It's like we're kind of just trying to work on whatever. And it's not like I'm really like free the rest of June, but it's like I wish I got an offer. Like we're doing a charity show in July, but we have not gotten asked to play like a single show this summer, other than by some of our friends. But like actual booking agents, it's like.
But again, that's where you make friends, you make connections, you talk to people.
Yeah, it ramps up exponentially.
Offer your services to people too. Like, hey, if you ever need a slot filled, if you ever need this and this and this, like. Offer your services, talk to people, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, we're not like the band where it's like we're not going to play your show if you don't pay us. It's like we have made $0
We made no
off
money.
of absolutely everything we've done, and we're not in it for like to be like millionaires or whatever. It's just fun. Like I just love performing. Like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like nothing makes you feel better than like telling everyone I got a show. Or like when people are like, are you playing First Friday? It's like 7 p.m. Come see us. It's like the best thing ever. Like last show we had a full family. They had like heard of us like 2 days before, and they all came wearing like handmade shirts, and it was like the cutest thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'd never talked before.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
this random
genuine
girl
fans.
was like, I love your stuff. Like, one of my friends just posted about you, and I started listening. Like, I'm in love with you guys. And then they came to our show, and they were so nice. Like, they made us, like, sign their shirts. But they were super sweet.
That's so
But it's
cool.
those things like that that, like, keep you, like, going. Like, they push you. Because it felt like at that point, we were at that hard, like, point where it was like, we're going to have to start throwing our own shows, or we're not going to get any.
Yeah.
And so then we just, like, reached out. The first Friday, like, can we play? And they're like, yeah, you can play, I guess. And so... Then they came, and then
I
it just
guess.
like, yeah, whatever. Sometimes they are like that. They don't respond for like 24 hours, like, all right, cool.
Those First Friday where, like, for the culture, or?
IG the label.
Oh, okay.
For the culture, we haven't played since November. That's like impossible to pull. That's like the goal for everybody. And it's cool that we've played it. We've played it, what, twice?
Twice, yeah.
2 First Fridays, and then we played for Desert Bloom. But
No, we played only twice, right? For Desert Bloom and for First Friday in November.
oh yeah, I played First Friday June.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
But yeah, it's kind of just cool at this point. I mean, yeah, people don't take us seriously because we're young. They kind of like, I've heard people make jokes, but it's cool, you know, because it's like we're living like the kind of like dream that people have where it's like, oh, I want to be like a rock star. It's like, I'm not like that, but I mean, I get like exposure. Like people know who I am. Which is cool. Like the first time someone called me Planet Vertigo, like it like knocked me back. I was like, "What did you just call me?" And it's kinda,
Like in public?
Yeah. It was just like random like occurrences. Like the guy from For the Culture, I'd never seen him before, and then he goes, "Planet Vertigo," and I was like, "London." Yeah, it's like it's hard to lock in your mind that like all that you are to some people as a band.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know if I'd ever like start another band if like this didn't work out. Like you're already in like another band.
I'm already in another band.
But I don't know. I just kind of like how it is. Like, it's just simple. And it does cause, like, a lot of turmoil sometimes because it's just so bare bones. You can hear every mistake.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to cover it up. It keeps you honest, definitely. But sometimes, like, I wish there was, like, a way to expand without calling in other people.
I like it, though. It adds a sort of fragility and, like, openness to the music. And it makes you focus on the lyrics, which are obviously very important to you. Like, they're very... well thought out lyrics, so I think it fits for what you guys do, for sure. Excuse me. So, what are some of your influences as guitarist and as a drummer?
I don't listen to anybody when it comes to guitar because I don't have like a style. I just play chords. Like I eventually I try to learn like tiny solos. Usually just like Arctic Monkey solos, like easy stuff. But
Weezer songs.
Weezer song, the Buddy Holly. If I could like make music like one person, like I really like Beach Bunny style. I really like Carol's Daughter's style. I do like the Arctic Monkeys feel. Like I love Arctic Monkeys so much. Who else? I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever I feel. Like some of our songs are very like dark, and then some are just kind of like happy and like bright. So it's kind of hard to like focus on just one thing. Like the chords for On and On, that's just straight up Cigarette Daydreams, but on the 5th fret. And I was like, all right, sick, this works. So it's just kind of like getting ideas from people, but not directly ripping them. Like some people will just take the chords and like the same exact like rhythm and just run with it. And it's like that's not like it's music, but it doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah, writing new stuff is all about, or being inspired by somebody is all about stealing, but stealing correctly.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Picasso was most famously quoted for saying that good artists borrow and great artists steal.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I couldn't think of the quote or who said it, so I was like, I'm just gonna.
I think it was.
words.
I think it was most notably Picasso who was like credited for saying that. I don't know, like inspirations for me, I guess, like Travis Barker was the first drummer I knew by name.
Legend.
I feel like
As one does.
it's a standard answer for drummers, but I mean,
But
Understandably.
rightfully so, yeah.
like I'm still going back through the catalog of Blink-182 and like hearing stuff that he's done. I'm like, it's crazy, dude. Like I've heard those songs like hundreds of times before, and
Yeah.
I'm still finding stuff. I'm like, oh. Daniel Fang from Turnstile. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Turnstile.
No, I'm not.
I'm blanking on like everyone. Fletcher
Zach
Shears.
Hill.
Yeah, Zach Hill.
Shears.
Yeah, Fletcher Shears from The Garden. Zach Hill. He's doing like everything now. He just did a song with like Danny Elfman recently.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh Dunn again, 21 Pilots. But like, you know, all of those drummers I just listed are, they're drastically different style wise, but there's things about them.
There's a common medium.
There's a common like things about them that I really admire.
Yeah.
No one else is coming to mind. I feel like there's tons, but like I can't. I'm put on the spot.
I understand, yeah. Being put on the spot with questions like that, it's tough. We pull inspiration from everything, everything you're listening to every day. There's always something clicking in your head. You said you're in another group. What's the other group?
The other group is a garage punk band called Part 2 and the Electric Boogaloos.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Okay. we're playing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Wait, they're on that bill?
They're
Oh, really?
Second Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I did see
Yeah,
that. I
second
was walking
Saturday.
around because like Sad Park and Deathlands, right?
Deathlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
jealous.
I'm really excited for that show.
Yeah,
This
I
guy,
just,
this guy's playing bass for Elephant King.
Really?
Yeah. Starting
He's the
finally.
E in Elephant King.
The extra E.
Yeah.
But I'd only known of them because they had asked London to play a show with them last year, and that show didn't get put together till like September, I think.
Yeah, it just kept getting pushed off.
Yeah,
and
it kept getting pushed off. But no, I met them for the first time in person at like a Desert Bloom concert. It was when they came back from tour. That was like a few weeks before the show, I think. And so then their drummer at the time couldn't make it to that show, and like, hey, could you fill in for us because you are going to be there? And I was like, cool. I'd never like learned any of their songs. Like I'd listened to them before. I'd never learned any of their songs. And so like the week of the show, I had to learn their entire set and like rehearse with them and try to work out getting to, just getting the same like chemistry with them. And then I think in March this year is like I kind of just joined them like officially.
The previous drummer is
their drummer
like, now gone.
Yeah, he left because like
School.
And he was getting really busy with like because I think it was really demanding like on the traveling side of things, and so he just left because focus on the priorities and stuff. So I've been with them since March, I think.
Right on.
Yeah,
nice.
Right on. Yeah, I don't think I've seen them play live, but I've seen plenty of flyers with their name on it in
They're
the
everywhere.
past. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely everywhere. You guys got more than Second Saturday planned, or?
We might be playing a show on the 18th. I'm not sure yet. And then we're playing the same fundraiser because, we're hosting it. And I think that's what we have because we were supposed to play one last week and it fell through. And so then we got Second Saturday. And
is there stuff out on Spotify and stuff?
oh yeah,
for that?
we got two albums.
They have endless shit. All their albums have 25 songs on it.
The first one has I don't remember how many songs, but on the most recent one, it's 25 songs on it.
Hell yeah.
And,
nice.
Yeah, so they're song machines, dude.
Meanwhile, we do 6 and we're like, perfect.
Dropped.
It's crazy though, because I didn't realize how fast I could write songs.
Yeah.
And so
Terrifying.
it's scary.
I come up with one every 6 weeks and I'm like, this suffices.
Yeah, I mean, instrumentally, you could just come up with anything on the spot, day of.
And being a punk band too, you can kind of not
Do whatever you
reuse.
want.
Yeah, you can rip other people and it's fine.
Sounds the exact same. What's got all the
Green Day
distortion
wrote
on
the
it?
same song, for their entire career, and they made it. So
2 chords. We going up.
Well, we can. What's our time at, Space Boy?
We're at around 30 minutes.
We're around 30 minutes.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah. I think I went through all of my questions. Mike, you got anything to say to the lovelies?
Well, yeah, I don't know. This is a different thing.
It is. It's a very
up here.
different dynamic. Apologies. We usually have Fez to just run.
Yeah.
And he's just he's so quick.
Fez can go forever.
He really can. He can talk to somebody all day and just never run out of questions to ask. I'm like,
Well, all right, I got
First
one.
pet, social security number.
yeah.
mother's maiden name.
Yeah. What's the 3 special numbers on the back of your credit card?
Special number.
There's 3 magic numbers that make it all go well.
I got one. What would be if you guys had unlimited money to buy any piece of equipment, be a guitar, piano, drums, anything?
I like that. That's a good question.
What's your dream equipment? Your dream instrument? Anything?
I want a Fender Ventera, in that surf green color. Oh, they're so pretty.
Nice.
I found one for only $850 because it has a big chunk of paint missing. Nobody can see that. Who
the
cares?
character.
It's $500 off the price.
Guitars look cooler when they're broken in.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Or the white Eddie Vedder. I don't like the red. I like the white version.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really look at that too much. I just kind of, when I want something, I want it. I don't look out into the future my dream guitar.
What about you? You want to get another Tama Swing Star?
There's a pearl. It's a pearl kit from I think it's the Europe location. But it's this rose satin 4-piece. It's $3,000 though. And so it's this really nice pink color though. And there's quite a few kits, but that's the main one. I saw it. I think one day I was just browsing Instagram, and then I saw they posted. I was like, whoa,
Nice.
that's crazy. And then I went and looked at it on the website. I was like, oh, that's 4 digits that I don't have.
Well, Pearl, Fender, get on it. Planet Vertigo. I want your gear.
Get a vinyl endorsement.
So we've been asking all the artists on here if you could collaborate with any of the underground artists that you've played shows with, linked up, local, non-local. Who would you pick?
Maxwell Gang.
Maxwell Gang.
Maxwell Gang.
You're quick.
And Luxury Furniture Store. I would love to collab with either of them. Those are my favorite local bands.
Luxury Furniture Store shares rehearsal space with Elephant King.
Really?
Yeah. We know those guys.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
I saw them at the show they did record store at 11th Street. A month or 2 ago, and that was the first time I got to see them. I was trying to go to their shows in the past, and there's always something. The last one I was going to go to before I got COVID, the day before the show. And so, I finally got the chance to go see them. I talked to them. They're so cool.
Yeah,
they're
they're cool guys. They have a great sound.
Yeah.
The Cure.
Yeah.
They're the local version of The Cure.
Yeah, definitely. The Vegas Cure. What about you? Is that similar answer? Or?
Sometimes I listen to Eclipse's music and I write lyrics over it. I think that'd be cool because they're just Stutter is so good at just writing guitar parts.
Yeah.
As far as actual vocal instrumentalist bands, I don't really know who I'd go for. There's so many people and they're all so different. I love Ronnie Wilder's style. I know she was just on here. We played with her once or twice.
Once or twice.
Yeah, something. We've played with her before, is all that I know.
I'm sure you'll be playing with her again now that they're back in the scene.
Yeah, the Frenzy's back, yeah. Because she was just going to go solo for a little bit, right?
Yeah, she did go solo for a little while. Yeah, she's been doing like cover gigs and stuff, but now she's got the Cosmic Frenzy back and revamped.
Yeah, they're killer.
Yeah.
We love them. But I don't know, I feel like I could adapt to basically like anything anyone wanted. I mean, I my limitation is I'm not good at guitar. Like I have so many like things I want to do, and like I practice every day, but it just takes so long to like build like the actual muscle memory.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have pretty like diverse type of songs. Not like crazy diverse, but enough that you could like anyone could pick at it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like you write great lyrics, and you could probably fit in with like any local band.
Yeah.
Like, your vocals are unique. You have your own style about you that you could collaborate with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we want to bring in like as extra Feature 52 content, bring bands back and like
Have them
give
collab.
them a full day in the studio to write a song with another band
that'd be cool.
That'd be so
in the
dope.
scene. Yeah. So we've been asking everybody just like who you want to work with.
What are the typical answers?
We've had everybody.
Different answers for like every artist. And a lot of times it's as quick as Noah just was. Like, boom, this guy, like these people, like. So it's good to see that everyone, like, you know, everyone is all over the scene and they love to see everything, but people have like their
pull.
their niches, their specifics that they want to work with, and it's cool to see.
Definitely. Yeah, it's really cool that, like he was saying, everyone's like quick with it. You were like, absolutely. Luxury furniture store, love those guys. And it's cool to see that it's kind of proof that everyone's going out to each other's shows and, you know, being a part of the scene and listening to everybody's music, you know, when you have an answer that quick. I think Red Seduction was like Hideaway, absolutely Hideaway. Mm-hmm. Like they even wrote a song for the Hideaway, and Hideaway was like, "No, guys, keep the song."
Really?
Yeah. Everyone's been pretty quick with that answer. And it's really cool to see. I feel like it's a great representation of like the community that's been building over the last couple of years.
Especially like the last couple of years, it's been a real revitalization of the scene, and like it's like us jumping off the the plague of COVID, but like it's just great to see. Everyone is just so enthusiastic about playing with people and playing at all the venues around town and just going to shows for the sake of going. Like
Everyone's so supportive too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a lot more venues now too. There's just a lot more happening, and I'm sure it's partially due to everybody being inside for COVID. Like everyone just wants to go out and have a good time now, and I think there was a real push for local music in the last year, 2 years, whereas like prior to 2020, there was a scene, but it wasn't nearly as happening as it is right now.
Pretty closed off too. Like it was like if you're in or you're not. Like,
yeah, and I think it still is kind of like that to a degree, but
kind of,
but it's growing.
Yeah,
it's growing really fast, and we have so many people, so many new promoters, and new venues doing great work. So I think it's been a very positive change the last couple of years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even just the local scene in general, it doesn't have to be music, just like restaurants, like locally owned restaurants and stuff, like in the Arts District, just that entire area of town is blossoming like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to see. Like just Vegas is becoming cultural. Like it's building a culture.
It's something that I have wanted since I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's like finally coming around.
It's cool to see.
Like,
It's cool to be like it's happening right now.
Yeah. I remember being really young and being like, this Vegas kind of sucks. It's all like there's nothing here.
Yeah.
There's no like
Dust.
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another downside of being young, we have to go to college. It's like, what do you do at that point?
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
like,
have to go to college.
we don't
No one's
have to
making
go
you-
to
No one's
college.
making you go to college.
But at this rate, I definitely need a backup plan. But like, it's like, where the hell do I go? Because like, if I want to keep doing this, like, I have to bring his ass with me. So it's like, wherever I go, he's gonna have to go.
Right.
So it's kind of just like difficult. It's like we're growing up. Like I started this when I was 15. Like I always say like I released an album when I was 15. Yeah, because it came out the day before my 16th birthday, so it's like the
It
perfect.
counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made the cut, but yeah, like I have to tour colleges next week, and it's like. We kind of just like ignored the fact that was ever have to happen. I was like, oh, I'll just stay in Vegas and like do this my whole life. We're not making money. I can't like live off of it.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, definitely. It's like kind of like that stressful thing where like every time I'm like in public or like I bring up anything education wise, my parents are like, so where are you gonna go to college? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Do you have an idea of that backup plan?
next week or the week after, I'm gonna be in New York and I'm looking at NYU and what's it called? Columbia and Juilliard, which I don't like the contemporary. Like I don't want to play the French horn for a living. But like if I can get in just to say I went to Juilliard, like that's tight. So but otherwise like UCSB, like just California. Like I don't want to go somewhere like cold. Like I'm from the Midwest. Like I'm from Illinois.
Okay.
I'm never going back there. But yeah, I'm gonna like study dentistry. Be an orthodontist is hopefully
Right
what will
on.
happen. Yeah.
Well, I hope that the band sticks together throughout whatever happens, because I think you guys got a good thing going.
Yeah, for real.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I feel like staying in Vegas, it's like a comfort because it's like everyone knows you. But then if you go somewhere else, you have to reintegrate. But also, you're reintegrating and you're getting a whole new like
You gotta start.
set of people.
You gotta do like a blank slate.
Yeah, like
you gotta start all
Arlo,
over
they just
again.
moved here, and he was like, "Can you help me like get integrated?" And now they have like 11 freaking shows for June, and it's like you needed no help with that. I assisted you this much.
Well, I mean, all it takes is one person to help, one
Yeah.
person to bring you to one show, and then like you can meet everybody that you need to meet to keep it going.
To keep going, yeah.
Yeah, to keep the ball going. Well, I think we're about at wrap-up time, unless you got anything else to say. Thank you for joining me on camera today, Mike.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure.
This was a nice switch up.
Yeah.
We've got no date announced for the July showcase because it's only, June 3rd? We're recording
this is
this?
an early July recording, but if we do have it, it'll be on screen right here.
Right. Wait. Right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Over there?
Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
with the
No,
program.
my bad. It's right here.
Oh, whoa, look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Those are some crazy bands, man. Wow, can't wait.
But yeah, you can catch Planet Vertigo live at. We're doing that one at Bull House too. Yeah. At Bull House, we can. If it's not at Bull House, the venue is
Right there.
The info is right here. You can catch them live, and look out for new releases. Go check out their stuff on Spotify and Apple. You guys are on everything, right?
Yeah.
Apple Music, all the stuff. DistroKid.
No,
DistroKid,
United
TuneCore?
Masters.
Oh wow, that's a first. I haven't heard that.
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
They kicked me out of my account. Now it's like, all right, here we sit with like the singular bits of money I did make are now stuck in this like suspended account, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
Got me good with that
the
one.
30 cents that you, you get.
yeah, it's like wow, 1,000 streams, $6. That's crazy.
Well, do you guys have anything you want to plug before we wrap up?
No, be nice to people, make good music, don't be stuck up, don't be a prick. And it's pretty simple to be a decent band. Even if people don't like you, they're not going to not come to a show because you're there. So just make friends with everybody, every style, and you'll get shows. Not that that's working for us right now, but it has in the past.
Hey, you guys got a show in July.
That is true. We're
that
throwing
is for
it.
sure.
Yeah.
So you're growing. You're doing it. You're doing it well. But that was profound, kind words. Be sure to check out all their stuff on the interwebs. Thank you guys so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Gooby. I never know how to end these things.
Yeah.
And it's different every single time.
No, that adds to
Hit him
it.
with a gooby like that.
I
Brought to you by Aquafina.
sometimes I kiss the mic. Sometimes I give a gooby.
I like the gooby.
Sometimes I think Fez has ended it a couple times.
Gooby's pretty good.
Brought to you by Aquafina.
Thank you, Aquafina.
Thanks, Aqua.